每天早早的起床，根本不用闹钟的那种，然后悠悠的喝杯美式咖啡去水肿，慢慢开始化个漂亮的妆，感觉在每次出门前都会精心打扮。
She's so perfect is such a coming of age film to me. It reminded me very much of those 80s films with the coloring, lots of paints, reds, sort of like um the blues, all of it very colorful and heightened, sort of like 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, just that kind of, that feel of that sort of look of a time gone by. And you can clearly see that this is of a girl trying to find herself. And once again, this was, one where the closed captioning forbade me from seeing the dialogue because I'm not fluent in that language. But what I saw visually was this aspect of my real life not being very perfect in my fantasy life. The fantasy life, the daydream life that I imagine for myself is perfection. And this is how I wake up. And this is who's at the door. And this is how my hair looks. And this is great. And then this is the reality. And this is how I really wake up. And there's just a delivery guy at the door. And there's no Prince Charming. And everything isn't perfect. And I do think that it is just such a relatable story because, as girls and just as young people coming into that awkwardness of youth into adulthood, you struggle to figure out where you fit in. And I feel like it's a universal story about looking for love. That's a universal thing that everyone feels. And it was very much relatable in that aspect.
This one is absolutely dripping in style. The color, the score, the costumes, the makeup. It is just really a feast for the eyes, if you will. Just, yeah, masterfully done. Really just enjoyed every shot. Every shot was almost artwork in its of itself. So yeah, really good art direction here. Fantastic direction. And even the performers themselves just do a great job. Really, the camera loves them. And I really enjoyed this one. So great job to everyone involved.
She is so perfect. A very sweet ending. I definitely enjoyed the message because it focuses a lot on your fantasy life or your idealized life versus your actual life. I feel like all of us have definitely had that sensation of what our dream life would be. Dream house, dream job, dream relationship, financially set for life, anything we could possibly want. And I really appreciate that she's so perfect. Takes the time to address, hey, maybe take a look at your surroundings and appreciate what you do have. Because even though it's not much, those little joys that you do have, they're the things that make it worth getting out of bed in the morning. And I thought that was a very nice message to end it off on. She didn't get the dream life she wanted, but she sat back and realized that what she did have, she liked.
She is so perfect was really fun. It was really aesthetically pleasing. So I really loved it from that angle. But you do a great job of, creating this almost like dreamlike stance with the coloring of it and this kind of hazy filter. It reminds me of, I think it's called like Wish Upon a Star, not the movie itself, but like the cover, like the poster for it. But very much like this dream, like she's so perfect state. Well, I guess it is pretty similar because she thinks her sister's perfect and she finds out life's hard. but yeah, it was really aesthetically pleasing, and I think that played into the story as well, and it played into the fact that, you know, in the end it was a dream, and, you know, this girl doesn't have the perfect life, she doesn't have everything she wants, she doesn't have the guy, but that's like fine. I mean, it was just really, really beautiful to watch. It's very much like stylistically of the time, and it's, you know, I don't want to say it's Euphoria-esque, but it does remind me of that with some of the ways that you shot this, and it's a good thing, because stylistically that show has it on lock, and so do you. So it just really beautiful, really, really well done.
I thought this piece was really fun and playful. I loved the colors. I loved the music. I think it's really hard in a short film to create something, you know, so specific and unique, and I really felt like you did that in this piece. I was really compelled by your main actor. I think that she's a really interesting performer, and she was really, really fun to watch. And by the end of the film, I found myself sad that it was ending, because I loved it so much that I had wanted it to keep going. The whole film was really inviting and captivated me, you know, from that very first second. So it was really exciting to watch the story unfold.
I enjoyed this one quite a bit as well. This one was very visually striking, whereas some of the others were more understated in their visual aspects. This one was very in your face. There was a great use of lighting, great use of color, and a really nice use of very distinct sets that incorporated those previous two elements to make this very striking, distinct visual package that I really enjoyed. There was a really, really strong sound design throughout this film as well, and the narration accompanied with that conveyed this nice sense of mood and feeling, and in addition to some of the more thematic things mainly conveyed through the narration. This film also accomplishes quite a bit within its short runtime, something that I admire and something that I appreciated. It gets a lot done in under 8 minutes, which anyone that has tried to make a film will know is hard to do, and I think that this film pulls it off quite well. So I enjoyed this. I thought that this was good. Visually strong, thematically interesting. Overall, good stuff.
I loved the opening imagery, that first scene, the little dreamy filter and the color scheme, like very pink, and not that it was glittery, but it read as glittery and bright, yet still fuzzy for a dream. It just set you up for, this is like the perfect world. And I loved the juxtaposition of what she hopes to be or would wish to be perfect, and then, you know, everything she narrates, she's the opposite of. But you kind of see toward the end that, you know, maybe she doesn't have all those things, but she is perfect. She gets to be perfect because she does have her friend. I loved the twist of the dream because I thought we did cut to, oh, maybe she does have this perfect life. And the boy comes to her door, and then, surprise, she wakes up from a dream. So it was very cute, and it just was very aesthetically pleasing.